Hello, and thanks for watching. In this video, I'll show you how to set up a simple budgeting model that accurately accounts for payroll tax expense across the months, particularly where some employees hit the annual limits. Invariably, many companies budget payroll taxes as a flat percentage of compensation throughout the year. The advantage to this approach is simplicity. The disadvantage is that it has a built-in budgetary variance throughout the year. This video shows a simple method to get around that issue, and the Excel file is available for download in the link below. For example, in the simple model with 3 employees shown, 2 employees hit the annual limit, employee number 2 in December and employee number 3 in September. If you were to budget the expense at the calculated flat 5.2% of salaries, when August rolled around, you'd have a negative or unfavorable year-to-date payroll tax variance of $3,422. Of course, that would reverse over subsequent months. Now let's walk through the Excel file. Cell B4 is a named range FICA percent. B5 is a named range FICA limit, and this is simply the FICA percent times the FICA limit. So the $10,453.20 is the maximum amount of expense that will be incurred during the year, regardless of how much the person makes. The second section is the salary section, and this is simply keyed annual salary divided by 12 and spread evenly across the months. Down in the section where the payroll taxes are calculated, the formulas look actually a little more complicated than they really are. This one really, for the first month, for all 3 employees, is taking the minimum of that month's compensation or the FICA limit times the FICA percent. The second through the subsequent months, it's a little more complicated, but once you kind of think about it, it's easier to understand. This one takes the months year-to-date, that would be January and February, because it's locking C11 with respect to column, times the FICA percent minus the previous month's year-to-date FICA limit times the FICA percent. So it's the same formula, just subtracting out the prior year-to-date amount, and it works in all cases here. So you can see here is the employee 3 dropping off here. Here's employee 2 dropping off here, and it's a good check to know that we're getting the total of $10,453.20 for both employee 2 and 3. If you were to use this file, insert rows in the salary section and the payroll section and copy the formulas down, and just make sure that the formula refers to the right row. In other words, employee 1 is on row 11 at the top, and so on and so forth. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and hope it helps.